Hey, what's going on, guys? And for today, I want to talk about, I guess, ancestors or the other side. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I was praying the other day, and George Jackson of the Soledad Brothers appeared to my consciousness, and it tripped me out. I'm like, why the hell would he appear to me? And then I realized is that when and my dad's in the room, so if he comes out or stuff, I'm not gonna, stop because my pops is in there. He's coughing. So what I realize is that when we die, what happens is some of us leave and some of us don't. Some of us stay here. So if someone's loved one dies today, you can get down and pray to your loved one because they're literally right there with you. They're literally right there. You see, I was watching a video on YouTube and I was going into a relaxing state, and I seen this woman wearing, like, it wasn't African clothing, but it was like an ancient clothing. And she walked up to me and put her hand over my phone. So I'm like, why the hell? And the woman scared me because she was mad at the phone. So I said, oh, people are doing magic on me through the phone. And the woman obviously has to be my ancestor. And she stopped it. For instance, you see, so if your loved one dies, you're gonna mourn, but don't mourn because they're literally right there. They're just on the other side of the veil. They're literally right there. Like if there's a funeral because someone died, the ancestor, the person that died, is literally there in the funeral. Just like, yeah, stop crying, man. I don't need you to cry. We can't die. It's impossible to die. How can the thoughts that are born and brought out die? Is impossible. Even when the flesh is gone, the flesh doesn't die. It just becomes more energy. It goes back into the earth. So the reason to why George Jackson appeared to me is because he's a warrior, and we're both African American males. But more than that, we're from the tribe of Judah. You see, our ancestors or our family or brothers, because we're African American tribe of Judah, they in this other on the other side of the veil, they see things differently. So George Jackson probably appeared because he's trying to comfort me, because he's probably see what I'm up against in the spiritual world, and if I prevail, we all prevail. This is more than ego. For instance, in the Avatar, he was fighting the fire god, the king, and he was losing. And then out of nowhere, when the fire god was getting ready to finish him off, this energy came, and all of his ancestors were there. And his ancestors gave him the power, because it's not just about um, um, it's not just about the Avatar at that present point in time. See, George Jackson lost to spiritual powers. That's why he was killed in the jail. Now he sees I'm up against these spiritual powers, and he wants me to win because he failed. And because I'm an African American man, I'm his brother, so he wants me to win. So I've realized that in my situation spiritually, I have so much spiritual support from my ancestors and from the ancestors of my people and from the holy angels, because this world is shrouded by much darkness. So what happens is, in my personal situation, in the spiritual world, I'm on fire. I'm unstoppable. And my ancestors and the ancestors of my people and the holy angels are helping me, because this world is covered in much darkness. So I want to say that, to comfort me. Maybe someone's facing death right now. Um, you don't die. You don't die. You don't die. You just go on the other side. As soon as this body shuts down, You're going to be in your spiritual form. For instance, I seen on YouTube, it was about astral projection, and one guy said, I really believe in the afterlife because he said I was able to leave my body and look at my body sleeping while I'm standing up. So he says there has to be another side. One woman says she astral projected to her friend's house across the country, and when she visited her friend's house, it was exactly the same way it looked when she astral projected. You don't die. Maybe there's a man right now, and he's old. You don't die. You're gonna go on the other side, and you're gonna have more power. You're gonna have more power. You're gonna have power. You're gonna be able to right your wrongs and avenge yourself if you choose to. Or the famous rapper Big L was killed, and I think a few years later, the man that killed him died on the same block that he killed Big L on. Now, what happened? Big L got revenge. His spirit got revenge. It got revenge. Now, when you understand this, now, that's why Paul said, "Oh, death, where's your sting?" Because of knowledge. You don't die. And then the two witnesses in the Bible, they're going to be killed, and their carcasses are going to begin to rot. And then when the time comes, immediately the carcass is going to become whole, and they're going to rise up. Same thing with Lazarus. When Lazarus died, Christ delayed to go to where he was because Lazarus wanted Christ wanted Christ wanted his flesh to rot. If someone drops dead right now and I cry over them and they come back to life, someone can say, well, in the medical field, sometimes that happens. But Christ waited purposely 3 days. I'm all over the place, sorry. Christ waited purposely 3 days so the flesh can rot and stink and decompose, then to just shout and say, get up. And man gets up, he doesn't stink. Everything's healed. When Christ died, men were in the grave, probably skeleton and bone. They rose up out of that grave and lived. And what happened was they probably were, their flesh was dead, but their spirit was probably still roaming Jerusalem. Their spirit was probably still roaming Jerusalem. Probably protecting the weak, delivering the strong. And then when Christ died, Christ said, okay, now go back in your body and live to test them. This is the power that's coming, that's here. Now is not the time to have the spirit of fear, man. If someone says, they're going to kill you or you're dying, don't be afraid. Not now. Now is not the time to be afraid, because this is the end of the end of the end. Okay, right now we're living in the era of the two witnesses, and already 1,245 days has passed. Now, when the time's up for the two witnesses and they're killed, 3 days later is the end. That's it. The 3 days represents a period of time. The 1,260 days represent a period of time. It says 1,260 days. That doesn't mean that it's 1,260 days. So don't count 1 day, 2 days. They don't count like that. It's spiritual timing. So we're literally living in the end. Because right now, the two witnesses are running out of time. The testimony's almost up. Right now, people should be on fire for the word of God. People should be believing. People should be ready to die. They should. If it gets to the point to where they're saying, where they implement the mark of the beast and says, if you don't take it, you die. People should be like, kill me now. They should be rejoicing to die. That's why Christ saluted the church of them that love not their lives unto the death. So they was like, fuck this, man. Just kill me. I hate this shit. So Christ saluted them. You can feel the energy. He respected them more than the other churches. Why did he respect them? Because Christ was a martyr. I interacted with a powerful, wicked principality in my dream state, and the principality was mad with me and began to attack me, but couldn't affect me or hurt me. And I don't know why, guys. I just started laughing this laugh, and I'm like, whoa, this shit sounds evil. I'm not the evil guy. The principality that was attacking me was wicked. It was wicked. It was evil. But as it was attacking me, my laugh sounded almost evil. Like I was laughing, like this is the inevitable. Time's up. I it was crazy. Like he's just attacking me. I'm just laughing. And then I say to him after I laugh, I said, "Isn't it good to suffer first?" And what I mean by suffer first, from the African American slavery, we never received justice from it, and we suffered brutally. Brutally, we suffered in the African American slavery, man. We know of the things that were documented, but we don't know of all the things that weren't documented, and we still haven't received justice for what we suffered in African American slavery. We still haven't received justice. So now the powers, I'm not talking about humans, and I'm not talking about flesh, I'm talking about spirits. Now the spiritual powers that rule, they're nervous, they're scared. That's why the Bible says the heavens shall be shaken. You know, they'll be disturbed. They're scared because they're like, you know, we did a lot, and we need to be punished. How come we're not getting punished? That's what's happening right now. So now the powers are scared because they're like, nah, we shouldn't have been able to do all of this. The powers are coming to their senses right now. Not the humans. I'm not talking about humans. Because I don't want one of the world leaders to think I'm targeting. No, I'm not talking about flesh. I'm talking about spirit. So now the spiritual principalities are kind of scared because they're like, nah, nothing happened to us for what we've done. So now they're trying to get everyone to be down with the sickness because they know they're going down. So they want to bring everyone with them. This is the end of the end of the end. Right now, it's been 1,245 days have passed, and time's almost up for the two witnesses. When the two witnesses are killed, that's it. It's a wrap. This is the end of everyone should be on fire, including me, but I'm under attack daily. Everyone should be on fire right now. People should be fearless. You know, if you don't do that, you can get killed. Kill away. Kill away. Even if people right now want to kill me, kill away. You know, there's a white man that stalks me time again. Kill away. This is the end. Of the end of the end. The fact that George Jackson appeared to me tells me that there is no death. Man, all of the suffering, it paid off. Like I said, I after I laughed at the principality because it attacked me, after I laughed at it, because principalities are multiple beings in one. So that one principality was thousands of minds and all together. And after it attacked me, I laughed. As it's attacking me, I laughed. And then after I finished laughing, I said, isn't it good to suffer first? So I'm mocking the darkness. Because why am I mocking it? Because there's nothing more you can do to the African American man. There's nothing more. I'm not talking about humans. I'm not here to blame the white man or any man. The way the African American man was attacked is unnatural. It was unnatural. Even a scholar, I forgot his name, he said that it was unusual how all of these nations ganged up on the African American man. It was unusual. This is not. This is the Most High's will. How everyone despises us, how we despise us, everything that we've been through. This is unusual. So I'm not here to point the finger at humans. This is a spiritual thing, and our curse is up. Our